Eric Chou. What's up, brother Eric? I'm gonna have brother Bran introduce you or kind of give opening statements, just because I don't even know you, brother.
It's very true.
I don't even know you. But welcome to the podcast.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I mean, this is awesome. Thank you for also letting me stay here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh. Don't tell her. There's no accommodations here at all.
Airbnb is supposed to be 30 days.
True that.
Yeah. But yeah, welcome, Eric Chou, serial entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very creative person.
Oahu boy, yeah?
Oahu.
Okay.
Yeah, from Oahu.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess let's get into it. Like, I met you through my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
We were first, this is like kind of a while now, right? Like a couple of years almost, maybe a year and a half.
That you guys met?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, not even met. Like we talked
On the phone.
on the
for-
phone.
For a long time, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like,
Shout out
I
technology.
mean, do you even know Jason?
I've never met him in person yet.
No, that's the funny part.
I've never
You've
met him
never-
in person yet, to be
No,
honest.
you've never met him in person. That's crazy.
Yeah, I've
So-
never I've never met him in person. Like yeah, honestly, I've never met Jason in person yet. That's
Yeah.
freaking
So
nuts.
like, yeah, he's like, oh yeah, this guy is like a friend of a friend. I'm like, okay, whatever. And I think so. You have like some real estate service companies, right? Like Paradise Inspection.
Mm-hmm.
Like do you guys do staging and some stuff too? Yeah.
Yeah, so I own a home inspection business and a staging business in Honolulu. And I think Jason is also close friends with my partner, and they've had conversations before. And then from there, I think that's actually how I met him. We connected in some way, and then he introduced me to you.
Yeah.
On
On a conference call.
on a conference call, yeah. And
Yeah.
What was that call about?
It was about Turo. We were both doing some Turo.
Okay.
And Turo was hot, so like you couldn't ignore it. You're like, well,
I mean,
we
the
got-
opportunity was too good, man. Holy
yeah,
shit.
the margins were
Yeah.
too good, and anybody who was in business like saw it. It's not like that anymore,
No,
Yeah.
but it
sold
was,
it now.
but it was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we discussed that, and then I think the conversation was the thought. I think Jason was thinking this, that you're gonna send cars over here,
Yeah.
and I would just manage it for you and something. In
Oh,
nature.
that was the fleet you was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Potential.
I think, yeah, it's like, oh, some guys might ship cars. Over here.
Oh.
And I regret not doing it. I should have done it from day one.
Oh, it would have been so good, and you would have zero work.
Yeah,
Bro.
no, and it would have been so much money. I mean, Kauai, the land of milk and honey. No, like seriously, rates here are so much better than on Oahu. It's always been like 30-40% more.
Yeah, well,
Live
it's
and
hard.
learn.
I know, live and
Live
learn.
and
man.
learn,
And
brother.
then you guys have to like park all over the place. Like you have like
And-
multiple parking
And
structures.
lock your cars.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
even lock.
Guy.
Wait, you don't lock your cars?
Nah, I do. I'm just
Oh
No, I mean, I didn't up in Manoa and it got jacked and someone stole our camera.
nah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that camera is we got that camera in replace of it's the
the-
same setup.
it's the same setup. It's
Yeah.
just we had to buy it again twice.
Up in Manoa. Who would have known?
Yeah.
wait, broke your window and stole it?
I left the truck open. No, but hey, Kauai, land of milk and honey. You know what I mean? You usually, well, now you actually should lock your car on Kauai.
Yeah. Things on Kauai are a little bit
A little bit
hairier
rugged now,
than
yeah.
they used to be.
Yeah, hey, and for all you guys asking, Kauai, what's happening? Hawaii, it's not the same. It's not the same. You know, guys,
Yeah.
guys are on some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Eric, so for people like me who don't really know what it is, you are a wizard of. Like, what is it? You own what a home inspection business? You saying?
So I own Paradise Home Inspections.
Okay.
Oasis Staging. And both I have partners that I'm very blessed to have. They run the day to day. And they're super awesome. They stay on top of everything. Stratton, Vincent, you guys are blessings. And then I own a distribution business, which I service businesses like 7-Eleven, Times, Supermarket, Foodland, Low Island Mini Mart, Texaco, and I sell, and I have a few items in the military exchanges as well.
Huh? What is the kind you just add water and you eat?
No, those are MREs, so I don't sell those. I sell like bread.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
Oh, I like MREs.
Yeah. A beef stroganoff.
Beef
Ooh.
stew.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could sell that, but I think the military got that way before I entered the
scene.
the business. Yeah, for sure. And I do a little bit of real estate, property management. And then I, like Brand mentioned, I got into Turo a few years ago, and it's been fun. You know, like to have a different car every day of the month. It's,
Not
fun.
a week. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's. I mean, it was a hobby that took a turn for the worse. You know, like pretty much, right? I literally have a warehouse just for cars now. So, I mean, would I do it again? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. No, I mean, Brandon, wouldn't you? You would, right?
I'm still doing it, right? So
Yeah, true.
I mean, so are you. So
I mean, it is a fun gig for sure.
yeah,
You know?
well, at least you get you can buy a car and write it off, and you can drive a car that you would never buy for yourself personally.
Yeah,
Or 3, and then somebody else rents it.
Yeah. Like I got 4 Jeeps right now. I mean, I never thought I'd ever own a Jeep. That's kind of a blessing in itself.
Let's get back to the snacks, guys. Okay, you have these
Well, let's get the distribution business.
the distribution business. What you're naming some of the spots that you have your snacks in. What kind of snacks you dealing with, brother?
So I got some mochi in 7-Eleven. I got some
Mochi Man.
Yeah. No, I got some mochi. One of my very first accounts, I have these ube crinkles from ube.
Mm-hmm.
Those have been honestly one of the best products that I've brought on, and it has stayed strong over the last 5 years. And honestly, it's like it's quality. It's soft. It's I mean, it's ube.
Yeah.
You know, like ube. It's purple gold. You know, I mean, it's
Purple gold.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the staples in the islands right now that I think what started off as like a fad trend has now become a staple, really, because like ube's everywhere.
Guy, I only found out about ube because the ube pancakes was trending. You know when they dumped that goop over it, and it just looks so good on IG. That's how I found out about ube, actually. So, but that's when it was trending, on IG. So you've been doing this for over 5 years, or?
I started off in 2017, gained a little bit of traction in 2018, and then just kind of steadily grew the business up until 2020, and then COVID happened and like shut me down. And I thought, I was like, like I thought the end of the world was coming, and then the government was very gracious and helped a lot of us business owners out with a lot of funding and kept us going over the last few years. And we came out of the pandemic stronger than ever, in more markets than ever. It's been good. Yeah.
Sick.
Like, thank God COVID's over.
Yeah, seriously.
And that's kind of part of the reason we've been like hanging out more too, is because of the food stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So you've been coming to Kauai because you're getting a contract. You're selling some products to the One Hotel, which is like this ultra high end hotel. In fact, we just came from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, beautiful property. The One Hotel Hanalei took over the St. Regis property, and holy shit, it's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, they redid that whole thing. Like, they cut that building apart, added a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
like ultra high end. Like, the St. Regis is ultra high end, and now it's like twice as much.
Yeah. It's like
yeah.
the Big Brother came into the picture.
No, I mean, it's incredible. Like, the backdrop, as soon as you walk into the hotel, all you see is like the mountainside. You see the waves. I mean, thank you, One Hotel Hanalei. You guys are the best.
Yeah, so I mean, it's cool because now your products are getting into like the most high end places, and you're getting more products.
Yeah,
like you're just in Vegas, huh, for that like big product show.
Yeah, I was at the fancy food show. I mean, this last year I was at the NAC show. And I'm gonna be attending Expo West as well this coming first week of March. I mean, life is really back to normal now. Like in the past, not being able to travel, trying to attend trade shows virtually, like that is not ideal. Not ideal. Like you just see like pictures of stuff you can't try.
Throw on your Oculus and I'm gonna walk you. You mean
Wait,
like
that's like when Costco is like not giving samples but showing like the box.
oh my god!
Like you remember that?
No, they really was doing that.
Yeah, like they still had the
Yeah.
Filipino auntie, and she was like, "Oh, just look at the box."
Yeah.
Like I was like,
Wait, they never gave samples.
no, when during COVID, right? Because you couldn't like hand stuff out.
illegal.
and- yeah, you couldn't do all that, right? So like, you still had the ladies manning the stations. They just like,
Because bacon wrapped jalapeno peppers, cardboard,
yeah,
just display. I said, that really makes me want to get it.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm so grateful right now that we're coming out of COVID. I mean, yeah, we get to try shit. We get to go places. I mean, it's definitely better.
well, and there's kind of a lot of new stuff, right? Like, I mean, you let us taste a bunch of stuff, so
Yeah.
like, there's like stuff we've never seen before. You're like, oh, there's a
Yeah.
lot more manufacturers, a lot more products. People are getting creative.
Yeah.
A lot of new people to the market too. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely there's a shit ton. I mean, can I say this on here?
Yeah.
My bad. No, there's like a shit ton of new up and coming players in the food manufacturing game right now, and they like innovation comes from a lot of these guys. You know, like the most like craziest. I don't know how to say it, like these new players are the ones that's really innovating the playing field, right? Giving new flavors. I mean, twists on old things. Like, I mean, like not to say, well, I don't want to give away too much, but like, you know, we tried like a new form of Takis, if you will. But,
Yeah,
I mean,
some pretty creative flavors,
Mhm.
different. You know,
Yeah.
that's not on the market right now.
No, definitely. I mean, I don't know. It's exciting, you know, to see a lot of new things, new players. I mean, to have a bunch of other people that are entering the market that you can help them grow. I mean, that's kind of what,
Well, that and you work with lots of local guys, right?
yeah,
Like that's a big part of your like company
Yeah.
is taking like
True.
super new, small,
manufacturers.
small like batch kind of guys, and kind of exposing them and help them like expand their business.
Yeah, helping them get into the retail markets and helping them really like understand the landscape. There's a lot of people that get into like food manufacturing that don't really know what they're doing and make the mistake of pricing themselves too low. And not really knowing like how what kind of pricing structure they need to be to really like play in the retail markets. And it's kind of fun, you know, to go through that with them and just to taste new things before everyone else and just be uber excited and like to bring it onto the market and really make reality. I mean, make oh shit, I don't know how to like.
Nah, but you're just taking their like dreams, right?
Yeah.
And you're making it like sustainable for them.
Yes.
Because a lot of guys like set up these things and they're super good at like making, but they're bad at business.
Yeah.
You
Bad
know,
at numbers.
They're bad
Yeah.
at numbers. They don't know what it takes for their business to like just survive. Even this is not even like go crazy, but just to like pay your employees, buy more product, like
Pay
all
the
these
rent.
you pay rent. Yeah, like a lot of guys don't know that. You know.
Yeah, trying to float like net terms. Some people don't even know
Yeah.
what net terms are. I mean, it's like when I first entered the scene, it was the same thing. Like no, like college is not preparing for this, like at all. Like, and yeah, like I mean that's what my business is really all about. It's to help guide a lot of first time or new manufacturers to go to the next level. And yeah, I mean, it sounds so crazy, like listening to that through this like microphone.
Well, through the headphones,
Right.
right?
Through the headphones.
Like hearing your own voice, you're like, wow, I'm pretty awesome.
Yeah. No, you're preaching right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, to share kind of what I learned over the last few years with newer players into this industry. I mean, it's fun. It's definitely fun.
Yeah, and then I mean, we kind of talk. I don't know, not a lot, but like when we do talk, we talk.
Yeah.
You know, you're actually one of the only like business guys. I think we're kind of in the same growth cycle.
Yeah.
You know, like a little bit earlier on, but have been in business for a little bit, and are, like have made mistakes.
Oh, plenty.
Learn from them, and
Plenty.
now you're like you feel pretty confident in like your ability to like do stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and to be able to like spitball back and forth, and even like identify issues that are up and coming that maybe I don't see. You'll be like, oh, what about this?
Wait. Can I change my shirt? I feel like I'm starting to sweat. Like I feel like I can.
You want to? Do you have a change of shirt?
Yeah, it's in the car. It's in the car.
Yeah.
You're the only
just
person. Yeah, you're the only person who ever changed the shirt mid.
Oh no,
You are actually sweating the load though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think I could see it in the camera. I was like,
Oh no. I could, and I wasn't even looking at the camera. I'm looking at a separate camera. I said I could see. I started sweating because you were sweating. I said, oh my gosh, he has something to get off his chest. He wants to get some things off his chest, and that is his shirt.
Oh, you just had to put the brand on.
I don't blame you.
Like I need the
pineapple.
I need that
blame
logo wear.
Yeah. We back on, guys.
We're back on.
We back
Eric
on.
is freshened up.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
has a new
He was
shirt.
getting a little insecure.
I
Yeah.
was getting sweaty, man.
We want you to be comfortable, though. You know,
I'm
and
super comfortable
if
now.
salmon pink isn't your thing, then it's
Yeah, if it's not doing it,
No, definitely not. But now it is. Back in my element, black. I mean,
black.
makes you look thinner. So anyway.
Is that real? That's why. That wasn't even sweat. You was just spraying at you. Like, oh,
You're like
I want to
spitting on
look more
yourself.
thin. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey guys, I got to switch.
That's gleeking.
Okay, where were we though?
We were talking about
Oh no, so we were talking about like
Yeah, 'cause I don't even know.
be able to like talk story and spitball and like kind of go over business stuff, right? Like ideas, theories, new markets.
Yeah.
I mean, because we kind of go through a bunch of stuff that like, oh, these are potential things too,
Yeah.
and being able to like kind of no BS, like talk about business.
Yeah. I mean, that's like one of my hobbies, I guess, is really to talk shop. Trying to analyze like businesses and opportunities. It's yeah, man. Business is like my video games, bro. No, I mean, legit. That's what it is, right?
that's sick though.
I mean, be able to enter different markets and then to try to be successful in them, and then how to position yourself to really be successful in them. I mean, that's something that interests me. Wait, no, there we go.
So self-conscious.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Don't even look at that. Stop looking at the
I'm
camera.
gonna-
It's us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip that thing down.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, that's that's something that really does bring like. I mean, I'm sure that interests you too. You know what I mean? I mean, it's an exciting topic to discuss.
Oh no, I mean I like it. It's like problem solving. It's like solving a puzzle, right? And then when you finally break through like something you couldn't figure out, you're like, oh shit. Like
Yeah.
like this is like you get stoked.
Yeah, I mean, trying different things in certain scenarios, and then something clicks, and then it works, and then you try to apply it into another scenario, and then that works. I mean, it's exhilarating.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's something that I do enjoy. Like, I don't know where I'm going with that actually, but I'm just gonna leave that there.
Table that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but so then like we just kind of, I mean, and now it's been like probably over a year now where we'll go back and forth and just talking like, what about this idea? And like
Yeah.
half these ideas are just like, I won't say like they're just tabled. They're like they're in the back burner.
Yeah.
Right? And then probably the newest one we've talked about is so I've even before when I first met Xavier, we talked a lot about like food stuff. So that's kind of my background. It's like restaurants and food and like recipes and just things like that. So I was like, oh, and then there was things on the market. We're looking at like sauces. We're looking at, I mean, I've made ice cream. I've made like whatever.
I
Like
remember the ice
a
cream
whole bunch
idea.
of list of things like I've made. And then like, so we kind of had this, like he had this brand frick. And I was like, oh, what about all these things here? Like I'll just hand them a sauce and just, hey, tell me what you think. You know, and I would try to make it geared towards what I think his brand and audience was.
Yeah.
You know, something that, like very Hawaii, crowd pleasing, like kind of goes towards their palate. And then that would sell well in Hawaii, right? Because if I'm selling in Hawaii, if I'm selling in Texas, that's two different, like two totally different sauces in my mind.
No, for sure. I mean, every place will have its own flavor profiles. I mean, the stuff you find in the supermarkets here, you generally may find some of the same like Frito-Lay items in Texas, but you're not gonna find like your Aloha shoyu in Texas.
Yeah. Or even in Japan.
Yeah, or even in Japan for sure.
Yeah, it's like a whole different
Interesting.
style than Japan's. Show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Hawaii has very specific palate. You know, they like sweeter things. They like more sour. They like very bold flavors. You know, and they like things that are like saucy and gives moisture, and it's gonna like be easy to mix with a lot of stuff, whether it's meat, rice, chicken, whatever, vegetables. Like all these things are kind of like things you want to have. Versus one sauce that only works good with like steaks or something.
Yeah.
You
Like
know?
we definitely don't have a Hawaii version of A1.
I was just say like, because I'd rather do like teriyaki steak before I even touch A1 anywhere.
Yeah.
I like the teriyaki steak. I like one scoop mac salad. You know,
Oh,
I want my
yeah.
rice to be drenched in the sauce.
Yeah. Gravy, mac salad, egg yolk.
Yeah.
See,
I mean, those are all the stuff Hawaii people like. So
frick.
to like try and make a sauce,
I like to
I have to plug that.
have to plug it. Yeah.
Yeah, great opportunity.
But so then we started talking about like, and we can't go into too much detail, but like kind of collabing and like, oh, how do we make this brand all together?
Yeah.
Right? How do we make this? And like, okay, you know, manufacturers,
Yeah.
you know, like that end, which I'm
you have
like,
distribute. Yeah, right. Like,
distribution. You know those numbers, where those numbers are not like easily accessible, right? You kind of got to be in there, and that's how you get it.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not something that you can find online.
Yeah. I've
Where it's
tried.
like easily published. Yeah. I mean, it's something that you learn over time by asking questions and like getting your ass handed to you. And you know, just being in the business, you kind of figure things out, right? But where are we going with this after that? Actually,
Oh no, you're the one talking.
no. I mean, like
no,
I think like the last time we talked about this idea, we're talking about getting into frozen product, but then kind of settling upon being in the dry.
Well, yeah, you brought up good points, right? You brought up good points about weight, about shipping, about like shelf life. You know, like there's better areas to enter and kind of establish a foundation. And then later on, you can branch into these things that are harder and less margin and have like levels of difficulty.
Yeah, I mean, we discussed long shelf life, dry, light, you know, and ultimately something easily transportable and that can sit on the shelf for a long time and have opportunity to sell and not just like rot.
Yeah, you have to throw it away.
Yeah,
yeah, because that's not frick. That's
aw.
frick. You know what I mean? Is that rotten?
Yeah, frick.
Yeah. Imagine that's a slogan. Food that's not rotten. Like, shouldn't that just be like the standard?
No, it should be. It should be. Wait, kimchi's kind of rotten too. I know, fermented.
Guy.
Like fermented is not rotten. We have to go through this because like, oh, just let it rot. No. Fermented is like cultivating the bacteria that you want and not the ones you don't to create a like specific flavor.
Millions.
For sure, you can have bad bacteria that makes it rotten.
Millions has some good.
Has some
freaking
good
kimchi, brah.
They do.
They
Millions
really
does.
do,
Cucumber, cabbage,
brah.
steam eggy. I mean,
What
that's
is
not-
the
that's not kimchi.
seaweed that they have? It's not. It's like
Which one are you talking about?
it's a cold dish. It comes in the
The panchan, the beginning stuff.
like sesame seeds. I think sesame oil, but it's like
Probably just that. It's probably. I mean, it's not that complicated. A lot of it.
what kind of seaweed is?
Is it seaweed or is it like a vegetable? I thought that was like cabbage.
No, they have like seaweed one and the one with like
It's
onions
cold.
and whatever else, right?
It's kind of
In vinegar. Is
You
it
know
kind
what?
of vinegary?
There's
It might
probably-
be-
There's probably sesame on it, sesame oil.
But all those dishes are action, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. No, they're super good. And like sometimes if you go to the mainland ones when they bring out like 15 of them.
Oh,
Like if you go Koreatown in LA and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
they bring
because
out,
I'm full beef.
they bring out a platter. Like I'm talking like raw crab.
I don't
like
even.
all kinds of stuff before you even get your meal.
I wouldn't even order freaking brisket at that point. You know what I mean? I'm just eating this. I just sit down, make like I eating, eat all the stuff, gone.
Yeah, but it was good. I mean, I think that would be like a go-to.
I mean, that has been the go-to. Last time you guys were on Oahu,
Oh, bruh.
we went to Millions.
Yeah.
The time before that, we went to Millions. I mean, I think that's like the quintessential like meetup spot now.
Yeah.
Sure.
No,
Like Kauai doesn't have a better place to try. So you go and you're like, there's Korean places here and they're fine, but they're more expensive and
Really?
not as good. Yeah.
Really?
guys,
Yeah.
6 of us, 150. I don't even know what it was, but if 6 of us and it was whatever the price was, it was unreal.
Oh yeah, that was like a few bucks more than if we treated you to Burger King.
Yeah. Bruh,
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Seriously though, Burger King is crazy nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's an $8 Whopper.
Yeah, please do
Don't
not
love
distribute there.
Yeah.
Don't
Burger
no
King?
snacks. Yeah.
Why?
That's true. You can put like the gummies in the like the kids meal.
Oh yeah, Happy Meal.
I mean, if they would, Burger King, please buy stuff for me. Please, thank you. Thank you.
Oh
thank
yeah,
you.
French fries. Taro fries. Oh.
Oh, sweet potato, not sweet potato, ulu fries.
Oh. Now we're talking.
See, we're pitching.
Yeah. Mana, wait, no. Ulumana, please let me sell your product. Thank you.
Yeah. Chelsea over at Burger King, marketing director. Please let us know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The ulu burger.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Would that work or what you think?
What do you mean?
Ulu burger?
Like
Sashimi.
like
It's so random. How do you get ulu burger to sashimi? Like
Guy,
starch
two
to
choice.
protein.
Yeah. No. Ulu sashimi. Come on,
So,
guy.
so you just have raw breadfruit.
Think about it.
see, that's some vegan BS though. Like, right? Like, oh, let me cut this. It's like me cutting an orange and saying orange sashimi. Or
Yeah.
like apple slices. Oh, I want some apple sashimi.
Wait.
Yeah.
Have you guys had like vegan sushi before?
Which is vegetables.
Yeah.
Like it's
Stop.
vegetables and rice. Like
Stop. What do you mean? Where they get? I mean, there's like cucumber maki rolls, but what you mean?
What is that?
no, they do like
izakaya-
nigiri, right? And they
No,
like
Chigen, Tenkan. Wait, hold on. Let me
like
look
I don't
this up.
even think it's not tasty. I just like I think they're lying.
Wait. Vegan
No,
sushi
there's
Oahu.
not a- oh,
Vegan
gosh.
Sushi Oahu. There
Is it
What?
good?
Yeah.
No, it's good. Tane vegan izakaya. Okay, so they have like this tomato nigiri. I shit you not. It's tomato and rice. It's fucking delicious. It's fucking delicious. They literally have very, very, very good vegetable sushi.
I believe you. I just like I want like uni.
I want them to
total.
throw marinated beef on there and make beef tomato roll. You know what I mean? Like,
And even then, I don't even mind if like one of the courses is like a vegetable course, but like every course.
No, it works. It works.
Oh, I'm not even saying it doesn't. I've had really good vegan stuff. That's not the point. My point is like a little bit of a like like wolf in sheep's or yeah, it's just a lie. Like
No, it is. I mean, the tomato nigiri does look like tuna, but it's really tomato and rice. Delicious tomato and rice, though.
yeah,
but,
no, I've had
no
great,
sauce,
I've had great
just
tomatoes.
like not even like. Is there like a brush stroke of like some smoked
Some tare or
shoyu
something.
or you know what I mean?
No, I'm sure there is. But like, I'm just saying the base product of tomato and rice. I mean, I don't know how they do it, but they make that shit delicious.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
Is it more expensive than regular sushi?
guarantees.
I mean, it costs the same as regular sushi, so that's incredible.
Right?
I mean,
like, oh, this tomato is the same price as this.
Oh,
like,
total.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know about otoro, but like tuna in general, yeah. No, I mean, it is really good. So vegetable sushi is like a new thing that I've found myself to really enjoy. Albeit not every day, because tuna and rice is also still a little bit more enjoyable than tomato and rice. You know, it's still
So you're
starts
kind
with
of admitting that it's like second rate.
no. It is its own rate.
It's-
It is its own rate. It is its own rate. It is its own rate. I mean,
You-
it's.
What kind of ties you get to this place?
I know.
You get family
have,
work
like,
over there. You
No, he's like part owner. He's an investor. like he's like
You distribute. Are you trying to
best
like land the
tomato
contract with them?
ever.
Are you
No,
trying to like
I'm just
distribute?
trying to get
some stuff?
reservations, man. Like I can't get a table there all the time. It's
I can get us on reservation at actual sushi place.
Yeah, Genki.
oh, I'm a
I will
kuru-kuru
say
kinda guy,
Genki's
though, you know?
Genki string bean tempura
That-
nigiri is good.
Yeah, that
Have
is
you
the best
tried-
vegan sushi.
Yeah.
No, kuru is better. Kuru.
What is that? A
Kuru
place or
kuru.
a type of?
Oh, kuru
got a
sushi.
squash.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
there's one on Pro-Kai Shopping Center and one in Kahala Mall. I think it's the it is the upgrade of Genki.
Okay.
Like they have the best chawanmushi for any.
What is that?
Chawanmushi is like steamed egg.
With the yolk in the middle, still soft. No.
No.
Chawanmushi is Chinese, right?
Chawanmushi. No. Dude, it's Japanese, bro.
Is it? I don't know.
No, so I mean, what it is, it's pretty much like broth, egg mixed together. You have some stuff inside of it. So I think the one in Kuru Kuru, like one of my favorites, right? There's chicken and fish cake inside of it, and it's just straight delicious. Yeah.
Oh wait, the egg is.
It's like egg custard.
Yeah, so it's like steam. So it's like almost like Jello,
Yeah.
but like
Okay.
egg. Yeah.
Oh, Katsumidori. I've tried that over there. Well, like it's like they had some shrimp or like something in that custard.
Yeah,
that
so
egg.
like I can't. So I'm allergic to crustaceans. So like when I eat that, I get a little itchy,
Where?
like my throat, my lips.
Oh. Okay. Like manageable or just like kind of a little bit irritated?
I eat enough of it. My throat closes up and I die.
But they make like those like tracheotomies, right? You could just like.
I'm not. I've
Or
never eaten enough to get to that level. I usually just stop when it gets a little itchy.
so like would an EpiPen like stop that? Is that how that works? Like boom, you just whack them in your leg and you're good.
I think EpiPens you stab into your heart. No, actually I don't know. I've never actually used an EpiPen, but
Do you have an EpiPen?
no. I just stop eating it when I get an allergic reaction.
Oh, you live life on the edge, yeah.
No, or you're not
Wow.
that allergic.
Yeah.
No, I'm like lightly allergic. I think the worst reaction that I ever had was I think I was like 16 or 17 years old. I was eating lobster rolls at a place called
Kudu kudu.
Lobster
No.
Palace.
No, I think it was like really back in the day. Like it's not Blue Tropics. I think it was called Tropics. It was like anyway, I think the building got knocked down. This was like like 20 years ago.
Okay.
I was eating lobster rolls when I first got allergic, and I was like young and I was drunk and I didn't know life, and I just kept eating it because it was the most delicious thing. And for $2 a roll, it was the cheapest thing on the market, cheaper than a beer. I got an allergic reaction. I couldn't breathe. I walked out to my car, passed out, and I thought I was gonna die because I couldn't breathe. Right, and I woke up the next morning just with the meanest hangover, and that's kind of it. And I didn't eat shellfish for like 3 years after that because like when you come to a near-death experience, you tend to avoid that subject.
Yeah,
But
because it could have.
you knew it was a shellfish though.
Or
I mean, you feel the tingle. I mean,
were the drinks drugged? Like, tropics?
maybe somebody
could that
just
have been-
roofied you.
Could that have been a thing? No, this is for real. Like, I'm dead serious. I don't think
I'm the demographic that people would roofie.
Hey, when was this? 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Young boy in a bar.
Young keyword. Young.
But you don't think it's okay, so that makes me feel a little bit more desired.
Yeah.
I mean, but no, I'm pretty sure it was an allergic reaction because like I was getting like swollen lips and like just
That's
maybe it might not be hives because I also turn red when I drink alcohol. So you're right. Okay, so I don't know. I could have been roofied.
Side
But-
effects. I'm just saying.
But like I just woke up in the car just fine, alive. So I haven't actually eaten enough shellfish to like get to that point again, but my throat does get itchy. If my lip swells, it's safe to assume that my throat would get itchy and then swell up and then close up.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy because Oahu has a lot of those like crab boil, like hooked pan rolls. You mean you guys have some options.
Well,
for
even crazier. Didn't you work after you found out
Yeah.
in a crab boil place?
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, that's right.
Yeah. No. So I used to work in a place called Raging Crab. Being allergic to crustaceans and like shellfish, it was honestly one of the wildest jobs I've ever had. Like people would ask me like, "Oh, what do you eat here? What do you like here?" I'm like, "I don't know, bro. I'm allergic, man."
Like who?
Honest
hired you?
question.
Like
Did that help you make more tips or less?
Oh,
Did it feel so?
Probably less. Well,
Yeah.
actually, wait, hold on. Maybe more because brutal honesty tends to work for some people, and I would like to say it worked for me
Yeah.
because I held on to that job for quite some time, even though like my friend was the owner, and like she would tell me like, hey, maybe instead of saying like you're allergic and you don't eat any of this stuff, maybe just the most popular thing is this or this or this or this. I'm like, oh, you're right. You know, so I learned a lot of sales skills at that job.
Well, selling stuff that you can't eat is interesting. That you'll pick up some kind of skill. What, lying, manipulation. It's good though.
Well, it's not lying or manipulation. It's more like you're stating
You're
statistics.
crafting a statement.
Well, no, you're stating statistics because if you really think about it, we had something called the Works, which is all the sauces in one, and that was number one. So when the menu was designed, I'm sure being number one, that was the most widely ordered dish or widely ordered option. And ergo, I wasn't lying. That was the truth. The Works was the number one item sold at Raging Crab.
You ever get like a standoffish customer like, oh, you think, oh, so I'm average, so you're statistically basing me off of whatever. You know what I mean? I worked at Wahoo's as a server. We got some interesting folk there.
No.
Okay. Everyone is pretty cool and jiving.
No. I mean, like, it was just a very fun environment. And, like, I mean, I think people had a lot of fun there when they, I mean, okay, come on. You pour out the seafood onto a table and then you just, like, you destroy it with your hands.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we didn't have a lot of prissy people there because that is not a prissy
That's true.
person restaurant. I mean, you're getting your hands dirty.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember, like,
My favorite.
Honestly, it was a very fun place to work. I remember like getting a bag and like, okay, so we had to like shake up the seafood in a bag, and I remember like a shrimp head poking through the bag and like poking my finger,
He
and
just
then
falls to the ground.
It's like his worst
So
nightmare.
I didn't have like anaphylactic shock or anything. It was like my fingers start to swell up, and I'm like looking at it, I'm like, I was like, JC, is this like something to be concerned of? I think I need to go out and get some air.
Yeah.
You know, like, or like going in the back and like getting hives because of the fumes coming out of the pot. I mean, honestly speaking, like, I've done some dumb things in the past, like working at a seafood restaurant when I myself am allergic to it. But honestly, I wouldn't do it again, but I do not regret doing it. And made a lot of good friends there. Yeah.
You know what the saying? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So, I mean.
Or gives you hives.
Or gives you hives.
Yeah, I mean, my body did warn me, like, maybe don't do it for too long. Yeah, the allergy never went away. So I was going to say, like, I kept exposing myself to it, and now I can eat lobster. No, I can't. I mean, with a little bit of Claritin, a little bit of Benadryl, like, I can enjoy seafood, but it's probably not good for me. But it's good for the soul.
It is. It is. And that's what matters. Listen to it.
Yeah.
Eat that lobster tail.
Wait, have you guys ever tried Mylon crab curry?
Is Mylon the place?
Yeah,
Mylon's.
Mylon's crab curry. So it's this Vietnamese restaurant on Keamoku.
No, the answer is
why is everything on Keamoku?
because that's why they make it so long, so you can put every.
Oh, okay. Because everyone's like, right off Keamoku.
Oh, actually, yeah, Raging Crab was on Keamoku too. Thinking about it,
See?
It's Samsung Plaza. No, so Mylon is a Vietnamese restaurant at the very top of Keamoku that serves the most incredible like crab curry. So I used to take Benadryl or Claritin to eat the crab curry. I mean, so I tried it with lamb, it's just not as good. Like something about the curry and the guts just really.
Oh, it's the head butter.
Yeah, it's the head butter. Yes, it's the head butter.
It's the head butter to me.
Like it just changes the consistency. It changes the flavor. It sprinkles a little like, I don't know, like MSG on there or something. I don't know. It's like one of the most addicting curries I've ever tried. And to this day, I think it's the best curry I've ever had in my life.
Wait, is it still there?
Yes.
Oh, we got to go next
We
time.
have to try it then.
No.
I love to be addicted.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's really, really good.
Struggling.
So next time you guys are on Oahu, I'll take you guys. You guys might need to drive because if I take Benadryl, it's
Fall asleep.
it makes me like nauseous. Well, not
Hey,
nauseous.
I'm
drowsy. Makes me drowsy.
I'm along for the ride. If you crash, we crash.
Yeah.
Especially
Also,
if we're on Keamoku. Everything happens there, it seems like.
Okay, we're gonna catch an Uber then,
'Kay.
or a Lyft. I mean, because honestly, worth it.
Worth it.
Have you guys never tried it? Like I would.
No, never.
No, never did.
No, there's a lot of. I mean,
Most things in a while haven't.
yeah, honestly.
At this point.
Yeah, I mean, we find one place like millions. We're there every time we're there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna blow your mind.
Okay.
Like I've taken like every person that I've taken there so far. I mean, I haven't gone in like 6 years, so hopefully it's still as good as it was.
gonna
back
say,
Brother,
then.
like,
a lot can change in
6 years.
Yeah.
And like, do you really like it?
I
if
mean,
you
look at
haven't gone?
me.
Well, I mean, I haven't gone in a while because also I'm like allergic.
It
It's
didn't
like,
stop you before.
well, I mean, I was also a lot more like gung ho before. I used to do a lot more dangerous things before. But at the very least, like if you guys never gone, you guys have to go once.
I'll go. I'll go.
very least,
I'm
yeah.
down.
No, for sure, we're going at
Yeah,
least
yeah.
one time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm telling you, head butter curry,
Oof.
next level. Head butter curry. Yeah.
Brother.
I'll do it. It'll be good.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, wait, when are you guys coming to Oahu next?
I don't know.
I'm for sure going to be up there March 25th, but that's a long time.
Okay, wait, are you gonna be there for just one day?
Overnight, at least.
Okay.
I need to, yeah.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna be in Japan on the 24th.
We can be in Japan.
But there's no crab curry in Japan though.
That's
we can go
okay.
to the SMB factory and get curry.
What is SMB?
SMB is the curry.
Curry company.
Yeah. So if you go to Japan, there's a big building in
Wow.
Tokyo that says SMB on it. It's the curry
Okay.
offices.
Curry capital.
Like, so I don't think it's the same type of curry. So
That'd
I
be
don't. I
India.
don't think.
No, it's not the same. It's not.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I don't.
It's like Japanese curry. It's not.
It could. I mean, actually, the flavor profile is very, very, very similar. So maybe if you get SMB curry and you get like crab butter, you might make magic. But I don't know.
Well, when you go to Hokkaido, they have curry soup. Yeah, that's like their thing. Instead of
Soup
like
curry. Yeah.
Soup curry, yeah, soup curry.
Well, like just more liquid.
it's kind of like, I mean, they have ramen too, but when you go to Japan and Hokkaido, they'll be like, they always talk about soup curry or whatever. They won't be like, oh, go get ramen. They'll be like, go get soup curry. They're like super into it when you go to Hokkaido.
Yeah, actually, I was just in Niseko, and you're right. That's a really big thing that I didn't get a chance to try because I just thought it was kind of weird. You know, like soup curry doesn't sound.
What, like soup, like
the
liquid?
curry you get in katsu.
Yeah.
But just make it more liquidy.
Oh, okay.
Like put that gravy into your saimin.
Oh.
Huh.
It's pretty good.
Wait, you
That
tried it
sounds
before?
good.
Yeah, I've tried it before.
Well, that sounds
Oh,
good.
really?
How you just said
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I never had the opportunity to try that. So like next time I'm in Niseko or Hokkaido, I'm gonna try it.
Oh man, Japan.
No, honestly, Japan is honestly.
Wait, so you're going back in March?
Yeah, I'm going back in March for like an entrepreneur group retreat. Just to bond with the group of entrepreneurs that I've been grouped with. Okay, there's got to be a better way for me to say that.
No, but what's the group? Like,
Oh.
is it Japanese? Or is it like Oahu based?
It's a worldwide entrepreneur group called Entrepreneurs Organization.
It's not very creative.
So, I mean, it is what it is. It's pretty.
It's
It's pretty.
direct.
It's an
It's
organization
direct.
of entrepreneurs called Entrepreneur Organization.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what that is, right? So
That's
I'm
just like Department of Education. Like, you mean like educators in a Department of Education.
Yeah, well, I exactly like that. So I'm a part of a local like a local chapter, and we were put into groups called forums of like 8 other people, and every year we do a forum retreat and a chapter retreat. So for the chapter retreat, we went to Maui, to the ACYLA, and we just had some activities. We visited some other businesses, and we talked amongst ourselves, and like we tried to learn from each other. The forum retreat is just an activity that we go on as a small group so we can bond, pretty much. So this
team
year,
bonding.
pretty much team bonding.
Yeah.
So what is
where-
this? This is like a networking thing? Or just like like
Summit or some kind of like.
Well, it's
like
like a
a-
networking thing, pretty much.
or is it like a
conference.
conveying of thoughts kind of thing?
Yeah, well, I guess it's like a conveying of thoughts, and it's really just like a group of people that you can really bond with. Because as an entrepreneur, there's a lot of things that you can't really be open about and talk about because it can really affect your business and your livelihood.
Wait, like what?
Well, I mean, just think about it. You like I mean, if you, let's just say if you, okay, I got to think of an example. This is a tough one. Like, you can't really share too much numbers with your staff, for example. You can't really share how, like, you know, like how market trends are going with your staff. Depending on if those numbers are positives or negatives, I mean, it could really affect your business. It could really affect your well-being, if you will. And it's and being an entrepreneur, honestly, like it can be very stressful, you know. And it's really a group, so that it's really a group of people that you're able to be open and honest with, that you really have no ties with, right? So you're not going to be in a group with other, for example, if you're like a restaurateur, you're not going to be in a group. Okay, so just for example, if you own a steakhouse, you're not going to be in a forum. You're not going to be in a group of, okay, in your group, you're not going to have two steakhouse owners just because you're competitors, right? Like it is supposed to be a space where you can be very safe, very, very, where you can just open up, right? And a lot of the times you can't really do that, even in your day-to-day life, right? Like you can't really go to that 5%, if you will. Like there's things that you'll always hold close to you that you're not going to share with the outside world. And this is supposed to be a circle of people where you can.
Do people cry often? Like
oh,
does it get to that
They
point?
cry it out.
Yeah, I'm just
I mean, yeah. I mean that 5% is really where people
It's
cry,
deep.
where they go very, very deep. It's not something that is widely shared with the world.
This is an intimate retreat then.
Yeah, so it's a very intimate group of people, if you will.
Okay. Interesting.
Where you have no entanglements, you don't have before you enter the group, you're not sharing the same circle of friends, you're not in the same
So
industry.
8 strangers.
Or 7 to 10 strangers, but yeah, like I think my group has 8 strangers.
Wow.
Yeah. And yeah, it's honestly just like a very, 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 very like interesting place to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like honestly, like when you're like even in my circle of friends, like I can't really be super open and honest about what's going on in my life. It's just not feasible at this point. Just with so many things and so many entanglements, if you will, if you get what I'm saying, right? Whereas in this group of friends, I can say anything and no one's gonna judge me because everyone's got their thing. Everyone's got issues in their lives, right?
Okay.
And yeah, it's almost therapeutic. Really.
That's what I was gonna say. It sounds more like
It's a peer group, if you will.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, it's just somewhere that that I derive a lot of value from, just being able to learn from and to share with
People who go through the same
things, you know, like well, albeit like in my group, not super the same things, because you know, like a lot of people in my forum, I mean, they're married, they have kids. I mean,
oh yeah,
I'm not married and no kids. Like I don't have a dog, so like not the same topic sometimes. But yeah, like I want my rough, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just something that I don't know. It's just nice to have like a circle of people around you that really support you. It's like when you're in kindergarten and you figure out like who your close friends are then, right? Like these people have no idea who you are, but all of a sudden,
how do you get so comfortable with?
Well, it's a little bit like a selfish thing, right?
What?
No, because then you like it's not about you being comfortable with them. It's about you like benefiting from being like open.
Yeah, I mean like you get more from the group of people you're with, by being open and them being open with you.
Okay,
right?
So it's just
it's just a bunch of people being super open and like just being honest with the issues that they're facing or like solutions to issues that they were having. I mean, just being completely unfiltered. I mean, it's such an incredible like experience. And like when I first joined the group, I was like, wow, these people are just like me, you know, like and oftentimes like being an entrepreneur, there's like I said, there's things you don't share with people, just for the fear of ruining your public perception, your reputation, and like, reputation. I mean, these are all things that.
But even like doubt, right? Like as a owner, sometimes you have to put on like, or entrepreneur, you have to put on like the face of like, well,
of straight confidence.
Yeah,
and even though
like,
you're scared shitless.
Yeah.
No, trust
Well,
me,
even though the world's falling apart, you're like, well,
Bruh.
we need this contract to go through.
Yeah,
Or it's going to be bad. But you can't let any of the employees know that, or else they just like freak out.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
like, they
exactly.
just start like freaking.
Yeah, so oftentimes being an entrepreneur, yeah, exactly how, like, Brian, you hit it on the head. Oftentimes, like when you're the head of an organization, like you have to be brave for everyone else, even though like on the inside you're scared, like plenty scared, you know, like, and you can't, like I said, like you said, you cannot share that with your employees because of how it can affect the business, right? I mean, if you, like, just for example, if you tell your employees like, oh my God, you might not make rent the next month, you're not gonna have employees, they're gonna leave, like you'll be fucked, utterly fucked, right? So like, I mean, yeah, and then obviously if you share that like completely open in the public, and your competitor hears wind of this, they're gonna crush you. Yeah. They're gonna step on you.
That's true.
Right? So like, so this, I mean, EO or Entrepreneurs Organization has really, really set up, I mean, it's kind of an incredible situation.
I've actually heard of this one. I have a different friends that are in it.
Oh, really? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like it is an incredible like organization where they group you in a circle of people that really just support you. And they literally engineer a safe space for you. Right? Like, so I'm, just for example, I'm not going to be in a group with another distribution business or another food distribution business, or if I owned a janitorial service, I wouldn't be in the room with another janitorial service, because if anyone hears like that you're going through some hard times, they're gonna be like, opportunity came knocking, you know, Merry Christmas, we're gonna kill this fucker, you know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah. Anyway, that's the group that I'm gonna be going to Japan with next month. Is really just to go hang out and really to just bond. Yeah, I mean, we, like, during the retreats, I mean, we try to keep it educational. We try to keep it light, fun. I mean, it really is, besides the safe space, it's all about, like, once in a lifetime experiences. Like the chapter retreat, I mean, it was just very fun. Like, really, really once in a lifetime experiences. For sure. That, without a doubt. And I can't share that much more than that.
So what happened?
Nothing. Yeah, no, I mean, it's something that I do enjoy being a part of, you know, like, and it took me so long to get placed in a forum, just because, like, when I first signed up, I wrote every single business that I was a part of, and like even ones that I was planning on starting, not knowing what I was gonna do with, I just put the name on there, and then from there, so when they're finding a placement for you, they try not to put you into a forum where you have conflicts. But when you write down like 5 businesses in like every industry under the sun, you get conflicts, right? So it took me 2 years to finally get placed, because like after going to the public events, like people are like, "Oh, Eric, so what do you do?" I'm like, I only do distribution, home inspection, staging, property manager, real estate, nothing else. So like I had a maintenance business that I started, like, but I didn't do anything with, because I thought, oh, like having an inspection business and having a maintenance business just makes sense, right? You find something wrong with something and then you fix it. And then I quickly realized it wasn't that simple. So yeah, I don't do anything with that maintenance business. It really is just sitting that I'm, you know, thought was a great idea, got gung-ho, and then really I didn't have the capacity to do it. So I was finally able to get placed, and yep, we're gonna go to Japan. We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna eat some sushi. Maybe go snowboarding once again. You know.
Are you going to Hokkaido again?
No, we're gonna go to Tokyo.
Okay.
Tokyo, yeah.
Mean, bro.
I mean, why? You guys like go?
We're not invited. We conflict.
You know, I do want to open up about that 5%. So maybe
what?
Maybe I'm going.
Oh, wait. Maybe come before or after. Can't come during.
I'm coming during.
We'll just show up.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
7 to 10 just turned to 8 to 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo,
Well, I'm not
here
gonna
we
tell you.
come.
I'm not gonna tell you guys where we're going because if you guys crash it, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Tokyo Dome Hotel.
Yeah. Skytree.
Wait, is that where I'm? No, I don't think that's where I'm staying. But you know,
It's the only hotel I know in Tokyo.
so during the dates of the retreat, I have to go like I have to black out everything and like not respond. So like after that, we go snowboarding.
Nice.
Wait, so have you guys ever gone snowboarding?
Yeah, I like
A
it.
long time ago, yeah.
Oh no, snowboarding is fucking incredible.
No, I love it.
So like this past time I went to Japan, I went to Niseko with some of my old coworkers, and like it was the first time really like seeing and feeling and tasting snow, and like in Niseko it just falls just like the movies. It's like it falls so slowly.
It's magical.
And like the snow was soft. Like every morning going snowboarding, like you could fall. You can do like falling. It's like not falling. It's like cushiony. I mean, it's honestly one of the from what I've been told, one of the best environments to learn how to snowboard, and that I probably would never gonna see better. But I would like to challenge that by going again and seeing the same conditions.
Yeah.
Because I like honestly, like I can't believe I waited till now to snowboard. I wish I went sooner.
Well, I seen one of your posts and I sent it to Xavier and like, let's go next year.
I mean, next year. No, honestly, like Niseko, one of the better experiences that I had in the last 5 years. Such a culture shock, to be honest, you know?
Wait, have you been up there before?
No, first time.
Oh, okay. Have you been in Japan before?
Yes.
But not Hokkaido, not up there. No.
Yeah, no,
'Cause
not.
even north is super different than Tokyo.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've never been up there before, and like, I wish I went sooner. So my old coworkers from the nightclubs, I mean, they've been going every year for the last 10 years, and even though I wish I went sooner, like, they were all able to go because I stayed back and I worked. Thank God those days are over. But I also would like my nightclub job back. Please hire me.
What promoter?
No. So I used to be a bartender, and then I was the GM of Ginza nightclub, and like,
Ginza.
yeah,
Wait.
very very fun days. Very fun days.
The one that you walked to after district.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Those were.
What were you over there?
I was a bartender, and then I became
Which-
a manager.
Oh, okay.
So I worked at all the bars. So I was the top bar, middle bar, back bar. I mean,
Wow.
it was it's one of the best times of my life.
Really?
Yeah, so fun. Can you just imagine just like you go to work and you just hanging out with your friends?
That's a good life.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, now I do something similar because, you know, I'm friends with all my employees, but yeah, but not quite the same, you know, like you're not going to work and everyone's having a great time. Like now when I go to work, like people are like,
We got to make
working.
sure guys do their job too.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
gotta- and you got to like scold them and be like, hey,
It's not quite as high energy, you know, as like working in a nightclub. When you work in a nightclub, it's like, you know, you have
what if
like,
you just start playing the music at work louder? Maybe
Nah.
a little lighting.
not the same. You don't have the same.
I mean,
like,
it's in a
smoke
warehouse too,
machines.
though. You can have a smoke machine.
I mean, you could have a whole DJ setup on the top. I seen your setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mo Bamba,
not
Check West.
not worth the investment, right? Because if you have all of that in a nightclub, more liquor sales. Like if I have all of that in my warehouse, it doesn't equate to more bread sales,
Well, I mean,
right?
But liquor sales.
yeah, you guys might drink more.
Not ideal when they're operating big, heavy vehicles. Not ideal. Yeah. No. So like you know, we can't be drinking on the job. Gotta be sober. Gotta be sharp. Like max we can do is drink coffee. So very opposite from drinking alcohol. Yeah. But I mean, drinking of coffee, I mean, you're wired. You're just like
Yeah.
go anyway. You know. I mean, like 3 cold brews in a day. I mean, you're.
Still might hit that guardrail. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Off
but
the coffee.
no.
No.
No. I've never
happened.
like
It's
you don't get drink, you know, driving under the influence of coffee.
Above the influence is what happens.
With coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, we've never had that happen yet. So, like honestly, like I don't think a DJ setup and like a fog machine and like a CO2 like, you know,
It doesn't align.
No, it does not align with my business.
see.
So, that's why, like, you know, like if maybe somewhere down the line, if my path goes into a nightclub again, I could do it. Alex, please hire me. Please give me back my job. Thank you. My old job. I miss it so.
Then
Is it Alex
who's
Cam?
gonna provide
Yeah,
all
Alex
the,
Cam.
Shout out Alex Cam. All right.
who's gonna provide all the snacks though?
Oh, I can still bring it. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna give that up. I
Oh,
mean,
imagine
it's like a
that.
weekend
Like
job.
instead of confetti, you just dropping.
Shrimp chips.
Yeah, Park Ryan's just.
That just sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, imagine.
But tasty.
Different.
Yeah.
Different. You know what I mean?
Dude,
I
you
forgot
you
you're
get
allergic.
Ginza came back.
you get some massive back knee, man. Can you just imagine strip chimps from the ceiling?
Wait, well,
So
you
much
would
oil
like
everywhere.
die.
Yeah,
You'd be
yeah,
like-
yeah.
Yeah, definitely not something that I would want to do. But no, yeah, like honestly, if I could go back to working in a nightclub, I would. Like weekend job, like best college job ever.
So why don't you open up your own?
It's a lot of work, and it's not like, it's more like, if I remember correctly, back in the day, it was kind of, it was a lot. It was a lot of things happening all at once, and I don't think I have the attention for it. So like part-time job, perfect. Opening my own, not ideal. Would not be able to keep up with it. Like right now, like I don't want to be up all night and then like having to work all morning. That's just,
No, that's gnarly.
yeah. Like college, okay. You know, being like 20 something, you have the youth for it. Being 30 something, no. Sleep is important. Sleep prevents wrinkles. Yeah. And so Botox too, but like, you know, I'm not ready for that.
Yeah.
So I do value sleep for sure.
Okay, so part-time club worker that leaves early and goes to sleep. And then what else do you want to do at your like the distribution business? Like, are you trying to grow that?
Yes. Okay, so that's probably one of the reasons why like I probably shouldn't get a nightclub job. I mean, I'm trying to grow the distribution business so that I could be on all islands. Just because, wouldn't that be cool just to be on all islands? You know, having my products everywhere, all at once. It's just like a nice little goal to have, right? I'm definitely not in business of just staying the same. I'm not really in business to get a paycheck. I'm really in business to see the business grow, the people within the businesses grow. I mean, I'm all about growth, right? Mm-hmm. So like as much as I want to go back and work in a nightclub part-time, I don't think it's going to happen. It's just not possible. Mm-hmm. To juggle everything and then to really, really be able to function at a good optimum level, not ideal. Although, I mean, it's a nice fantasy, nice to think about it. But, like, I do want to grow the distribution business so that, yeah, like, I could be everywhere all at once. I mean, I don't know.
Because, I mean, you visited Kauai the past few times, but you never really spent much time here, right?
No. I've always focused all of my efforts on Oahu. Mm-hmm. Even though, like, now that I've been up to Kauai, like, this, like, Kauai, now I now get why they call this the Garden Isle. Like, it is so beautiful out here, you know? And I feel like that there is a lot of opportunity here because it is a little bit underserved. I mean, every island I've heard has its own issues, right? Kauai being one for labor. But I definitely would like a reason to come out here more. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it's absolutely beautiful. Like driving out to one hotel Hanalei on the right, like if you just glimpse out the window on the right, you just see like beautiful waves. You see beaches. I mean, you glimpse on your left, you see like homeless people in the bushes. I mean,
You got it all.
Yeah,
yep.
no,
Mm-hmm.
I mean
something for everybody.
No, yeah.
The entire spectrum. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like this past couple of times that I've been out here, I mean, it's just a completely different market, and it's really about the challenge. You know, like you figure out where the opportunities are, and then you try to position yourself to take advantage of it. I mean, it's such a game.
Right? But
it
is, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
because that's the thing. It's like whatever. You need money to survive and blah, blah, blah. But, like, when you win, like, when you, like, pass a certain level and then move up, you're like, yes, like there's like a satisfaction to that. And especially if you like, it took you a while or it was hard.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like when you achieve a certain goal, right? You feel good. You feel more confident. I mean, like I want that for me, for my businesses, for everyone within my company. Because we all work hard. I mean, we're all working towards a certain goal, right? And we're not here to stay the same. Fuck that. You know, like I mean, like I think anyone in the game of business, as an entrepreneur, is really in it to grow, right? So like right now, I feel like in this stage for my distribution business, I mean, coming to Kauai is a completely different playing field, and I feel like that's going to be the same when I go to Maui and the Big Island. It's going to be its own level. Like, you know, I hate to like compare this to a video game, but like every stage is different, right? The players, the characters you meet, gonna be different, and it's so exciting because every island, every situation, everything has its own nuances, and I'm so excited to come across that. You know, it's like it's almost like it's addicting. Like I get why people when they play video games they could be plugged in for hours. Right? I mean, because this is what this is for me. I'm like plugged in for hours, like for years, if not, you know, it's
yeah.
Like, that's how I met you guys, man. Right? No, I mean,
oh no, for sure. Like
we
would have not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we're not connected.
Like we have like not zero in common, but very few things other than business.
Yeah, like, you know, like for example, like we grew up completely separate on different islands, but yet, like when we connect on business, it's like, oh shit, what are you doing? How you been, Matt?
The interesting thing too is though you kind of meet like-minded people, yeah.
Yeah.
Like attracts like kind of thing, you know. So you'll just have a conversation with somebody who's in business because it piques your interest, not because you like even like are trying to get something from it. But I mean, you do because you like get ideas and share. But it's like, oh, this guy kind of gets like, because very few people do, I think.
Yeah, very few people connect with that interest, you know, like
right? Like other people have things that like feed them as far as like interest and like fulfillment. But in business, it's just like figuring it out. Like you see this machine and you're like trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I mean it's like business. It's like it is a puzzle. It is certainly something that has captivated my attention for the last few years. Like, sorry, more than any college course that I've ever taken, more than any this honestly the most exhilarating thing ever, right? To look at something and to figure out, there's an opportunity there, and you look around, you're like, how come no one else is doing this? And then when you do it, okay, so like when you see a situation and you're wondering why no one else is doing it, and you do it, there's always a chance that you miss something and then you utterly fail, right? And that sucks. But there's also the situation where like no one else sees it and then you do it and you just like skyrocket and take off and you're like, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, and it's always like a form of validation that like drives you. And then like when someone like comes and like knocks you at your knees and then you still find a way to survive, even more of a validation, right? Like from success to almost utter failure to success again. I mean, it's such a roller coaster. It's so addictive. Not to say that, you know, regular 9 to 5 is bad or anything. It's just, this is what fuels my day, right?
Well, I think like I used to think everybody like should be a business person. Like I was like, oh yeah, no, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
No.
Like I just noticed like, oh, I'm kind of like weird, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm like people are not like me. And like 9 to 5 is good for some guys. And for me, I get like bored and antsy and like, I'm like, ugh. Like it's almost like a weird like ADD of like,
exactly,
like routine.
No, exactly. Like, yeah, 9 to 5 works for some people. And like, I honestly wish that maybe I could get a little balance of that 9 to 5, but fuck, you know, like it's not as fun for me. I love the change of pace constantly from like super fast to super slow to the most intense highs and the most intense lows. I mean, it's it's the roller coaster, man. And honestly, for like entrepreneurship is not meant for a lot of people because this shit is like.
Well, that's the thing, and that's why it's good that you bring up all these stuff, right? Like it's hard. Like you need what is the saying? It's lonely at the top.
Yes.
Like it's not like yeah, you're stoked. It's like, oh no, you're isolated because you can't tell everybody stuff for the sake of everybody.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Yeah, like that's the thing. It's not even for you. It's because like, oh, if we do this, then this causes a chain reaction that negatively affects the business, and then all the people working will feel that effect, and that So it's one of those things where it's such a catchphrase now. Like entrepreneur, like every TikTok or Instagram reel is like, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm like,
no, you're not.
You're not. And also, like, I mean, I think there's a level that changes when you have employees. Yes. Like when guys are like self-employed, great, but there's no way you can scale.
Yeah, and when you're self-employed, you're not an entrepreneur. When you're self-employed, that's just what that means. That means you're self-employed.
Yeah.
But when you're a true entrepreneur is when you have employees and you have people that depend on you, that depend on your decision making. So like every decision you make becomes that much heavier.
Yeah, that's
the more employees that you have, it's that many more lives that your decision affects. And like honestly, that's anxiety driving. That's like one of the most stressful and the most rewarding things that comes from this, right? I mean, and really like my entrepreneur group really gives me that support. Like we bounce ideas off of each other. I mean, like I'm able to bounce ideas that I cannot share. Like I mean, I'm sharing. Like I can't share a lot of these ideas with my employees because they don't know the risk that you take with each of these decisions. They don't know that one wrong decision can mean that their paycheck is gonna bounce. They don't know that certain decisions could mean like complete utter destruction for their families.
Yeah.
Right? And like you just can't share that with people sometimes, like and like so I look up to all of these like entrepreneurs, like these big name entrepreneurs with like hundreds of employees, and I'm like, how the fuck do you guys do this, man?
Yeah.
Like it's incredible. Yeah. Like this is like entrepreneurship is not for the faint of heart. Yeah. Definitely not.
And it's a responsibility, right?
100%.
So everybody who like thinks becoming this like business runner is like this freedom thing. No, it's not. You don't do it because you want to be free, because you're probably the most shackled person. Like when everything hits the wall, like you're the last to. Yeah. You're like the last line of defense.
Yeah. Honestly, that's the truth. So like, yeah, being an entrepreneur, I thought like this is ultimate freedom. I think this last trip to Japan was the first vacation that I've ever had where I could truly enjoy myself. And even at that, I wasn't truly free. Like I know people with their 9-to-5s that during vacation, they don't need to answer their phones and got to do nothing. That is true freedom, right? Like when I was on the trip, I had to take Zoom meetings at 3 a.m. because it was my fault. I accidentally booked it, but but you're not truly free because you're constantly looking at the bank account to make sure that like certain things that happen operationally do not negatively impact cash flow that will negatively impact people's paychecks, right? Like it's so like it's such a chain reaction. Like to be honest, like I have not had a day in the last 5 to 10 years where my mind is not on the business, on a business, on like it really is something that like, well, yeah, when I look up to like other entrepreneurs like that, I mean, when I look up to these people that are so much further than where I am, I mean, I'm like, how do you guys do this? And then that honestly gives me like a hope, right? And I'm like, okay, you guys figured it out. So will I.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, like as much as I love it, I mean, I hate it. It's like there's such a duality to entrepreneurship, which is why I'm so addicted to it. You know what I mean? Like, which is I keep jumping to the next thing and starting another thing because it's exhilarating. Right. So anyway, before I get too much into entrepreneurship, I mean, if you think you got it, just try it. Just try it. I mean,
they'll figure out pretty fast.
Yeah, if it's for them or not.
Yeah.
You know, like
like no, because like I mean, I'll go to Oahu with Xavier, and we're trying to get work done, so it's not even like we're on vacation.
Yeah.
And I get calls at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And I got like fix it from Oahu. Like, and somehow it happens every single time I go.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
every single time, like everything is great when I'm here.
Yeah.
And then when I'm gone, it's like issue. And then I'm in the morning, like trying to like text people, call people, wake them up.
Yeah.
Like figure out this thing. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. No, I mean, like usually when things go wrong is when you're at the most disadvantaged, right? Like when you're oceans away, like you have to like figure out how to like type it out in a text message that's like super detailed so that any idiot can follow it. Because if you say something wrong and they can't figure it out, the issue is not fixed, right? I mean, so I'm very blessed and fortunate to have like a very strong supporting leadership team that gets the business at a level where I understand it. So like lately, this last couple years has been a lot lighter. You know, I can trust their judgment, and it's freed up some of my time so that I could like somewhat start enjoying life, right? Like before then, I can tell you when I first started, I'm like the only person with answers. That was the most stressful time ever. But yeah, no, I mean like, yeah, it's kind of nuts, yeah? Like all these problems happen when you're away.
Yeah, when you like physically can't do it yourself.
Bro.
And you're like, do I fly back right now? And even if I do, it doesn't even work. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it doesn't fix the problem in time.
Yeah.
Like I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, prior to that, man, things happening when you're least expecting it.
Bro, I see it all the time. Every single time so far we've been.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's an incredible situation. Like you get the most abrupt emails, and you're sitting there like, I don't know, man. Like I'm not at the warehouse. Well, I mean, I guess I'll figure it out, you know. But
Yeah.
if you guys think you guys got a great business idea, try it. You know what I mean? My God.
try it and just prepare yourself.
Yeah, brace yourself.
Yeah, and it's not like a bad thing. It's just like it weeds people out pretty quickly.
Yeah, like a lot of like entrepreneurship became very cool in the last couple of years. Like back when my parents were entrepreneurs, I didn't even know entrepreneurship was a word. You know what I mean?
That's like in the past 10 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like before, it was just business owner, shop owner. And I used to think my parents were weird. I was like, why do you want to work? So a little bit of background. My mom and dad were jewelers. They had a jewelry store in Waikiki, and they were there 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. And in fact, my mom is still there, probably right now, like on a Sunday.
Oh, you can still have that jewelry shop?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, my mom does. And like, to this day, well, not anymore, but like back then I used to think like, why do you guys work 6-7 days a week?
Mm-hmm.
And here I am now following in the family footsteps. I'm like, I get it. You know, like it's always on your mind.
Yeah.
You know, there's always something to improve. There's always something to do. And like, I don't question it now. And like right now I give my mom and dad so much more respect than I did back then. I'm like, Mom, actually, thinking about it, my mom promised to take me to Disneyland when I was 5 years old. Mm-hmm. She has not taken me to Disneyland ever. In fact, I had to wait till I was like 25 to take myself.
Yeah.
So that was ridiculous. Like, Mom, when are you gonna take me to Disneyland? I think with interest, like, you know, just if you like, she's probably got to take me, like, the future Mrs. Chou, like hopefully like 1 to 5 kids, you know, like at some point, like you got to take everyone, Mom.
Should just take you to brunch at like Aulani or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shit, at this point, I'll just take
Sweeties.
that. You know?
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
Benny's wide.
Yeah. Just pancakes.
Yeah. No. I mean, like growing up with entrepreneur parents, like we give up kind of a lot, you know, just to keep the business sustainable, successful, and just ongoing. And when I look back at it, I'm like, I now appreciate the efforts my parents did to like keep everything going. Because I'm in that same boat now. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, power to you, you know, Mom. Props
Well, that's
to
pretty
you.
interesting because my parents owned like a flower shop growing up. And like before my dad was like into politics and stuff. So they had their own business since I was born. Yeah. So like I grew up in it. Like I worked cash registers when I was like 5. I was like giving back change. You know what I mean?
Oh, so your simple math was really good, huh?
Yeah, that's why. Like, I mean, yeah, calculus not so great,
Yeah.
but I can count money.
Same. Power to the bar.
But yeah, so I mean, it's kind of interesting that like I wonder if it's that too though, like having parents that like worked all the time and like not even like shift work because like there's like so they're a florist, so like Valentine's Day, those fools didn't sleep for like a week. They were living there, they do it, and like I mean, it was a different day too, right? Like like what they call it, like latchkey kids. So like latchkey is like when you're a kid, you'd go home, you'd finish school, you'd go and you just go into like you'd almost like raise yourself till they came home from work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was super normal. Like it wasn't just us, that was like most kids. But like you'd get off the bus, you like nobody was like knew where you were.
No, actually no, that's so true. Growing up, I mean I was fortunate I had a brother. My brother actually like raised me. Thank you, Alan. Thank you for, keeping me alive. Yeah, like you're right. Like my parents were almost never ever there. They were always at the shop, always working. I mean, like sometimes I was at the shop. Like a lot of the times I was at home, like just watching TV or like just being raised by my older brother. Wow, that motherfucker had some responsibility, man. So I think my brother was babies, like me being like a 5-year-old being watched by a 9-year-old. That's nowadays I think it would be considered like some kind of child abuse for sure.
Oh no, parents can't do crap now.
Yeah.
Like that's the interesting thing, right? Like, and I kind of like it. Like, so I was the older brother, so I didn't have nobody watching me. I had like my sisters and my brother.
So you were the person watching.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like I don't suggest putting me in charge of like kids, especially then.
No.
But like, it was just you made saimin, you made grilled cheeses.
Yeah.
You hung out, but like it was very. What's the word? Like you become very independent.
No, super.
Like you learn how like just do it. Like why wait? Like or or you're gonna be hungry.
True. Well, okay. So like I was a younger brother in situations. So even now, like okay. So I hate to admit this. When I bought my Xbox when I first moved out of the house, I had to ask my brother to install it. Just cause my brother installed it all our lives, right? So like I actually never learned how to do anything AV. In fact, like in my home now, like I have like 3 controllers. If I knew how to work the basics of any type of like audio visual system, I could control it all by 1 controller, but I have 3. Alan, so I don't want to be weird, but like maybe you can come over and figure this out for me. I'll buy you lunch.
Oh, right now.
Oh, to this day.
To this day. Like I still don't really know how to set up like
an Xbox.
Yeah, like besides like plugging it into the holes that I might get wrong. Yeah, I'm still a technological idiot. Like, not something that I figured out, but my brother did.
Yeah,
and you go to my brother's house. I'm sure he has 1 controller for everything. You control the sound bar, the Xbox.
he had to do it because if you wanted for play, he was just you know what I mean.
Yeah, like right now at my house, you just have like you just fumbling with it, trying to figure out, oh, so does this volume button turn the TV up and down, or does it turn the soundbar up and down? You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that I spent too much time learning growing up. So, I mean, props to my brother. But really, I mean, Alan, if you want to come over, I'll buy you lunch. Yeah, bro. Like, you learn independence, I learn codependency. Fucking crazy as kids. Yeah. Dependency for sure. We had very, very different childhoods, man.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, it was just different.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I'm stoked about it. I'm stoked that, like, yeah, there's a lot of things like I did in life where I think I didn't really, like, think about it too much. So it was like, whatever. Like, let's move to New York. Let's go to culinary school in 1 week. Let's go, like, whatever. Whatever the thing was. It's like, oh, let's go.
Damn, really?
I mean, it's just like, oh, whatever. Like, it's just a place. It's just a thing. Like, you'll figure it out.
Oh.
Like, that was the general mentality. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen. Whatever. Like, but, like, you deal with it enough, right? Where you're like,
I guess that's true.
I don't know what's going to happen. What happens if I put this, like, 7-Eleven hot dog in the microwave. Oh, it catches on fire. Like that's what happens. Like I learned that.
Oh, that's fucking nuts, man. I mean, I've never put a 7-Eleven hot dog in the microwave, but I put like cup noodle. I remember cup noodle before used to have like the foil lid on them.
Oh, did it? That's such a bad design, huh?
Yeah.
Wait,
no.
yeah.
I remember putting on there and that lighting on fire, and then my brother saying, "You're such an idiot. Why would you do this? You never put foil in the microwave." I was like, "That's foil?
Yeah. Well,
Like no one teaches you that."
Burger
you know?
King wrapper.
Yeah,
Burger
nobody
King
tells you
wrapper
that.
was they had some kind of
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
no, it was a tin-
it's a metal lining.
Yeah, the metal
so it's
lining,
like
yeah.
paper on tinfoil. That's the same as the hot dog from 7-Eleven.
Yeah. See, like as a kid, that's not something that you just born with the knowledge of. Like you learn. You learn by setting off the
Well, that scarred me. After I lit the microwave on fire, I asked my parents, like, can I throw this in? They're like, of course you can. I'm like,
sure.
okay. Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Like can
Everything
you
I was asking.
can you put in a fork in there? Like
Well, like, you know
who
the
knew?
pizza pocket, they have that sleeve, but when you rip it, like, it looks like it could be tinfoil. The inner lining is like
And it
silver.
might be.
No, it's not, because I put it in there and like,
No,
it
I
actually
put
makes
it in.
crispy.
Well, that's what I mean. Maybe it just like sparks on the top. So
It's a
like it's
controlled,
directed.
controlled tin.
Oh.
But I was like, I don't know,
How do you decipher these kind of things, right? No, as a kid, like being a child of business owners and entrepreneurs, like you have to figure things out in life, right? Like because these are not things that they're there to tell you. And like back then when we were growing up, there was no Google, there was no YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Like information was not readily available back then.
Oh no, you had to like. It was like firsthand.
Yeah, like yeah. To be honest, like I don't know how we didn't light the house on fire. I mean, I'm sure we were close a few times. Like I mean, watching the microwave catch on fire and then just realizing that if we just press the button real fast, it just turns right off. You sit there, you're splashing water on it.
Panic mode, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we lived a very, 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 very blessed life to have these experiences, right? I mean, because now generally we do think very quickly on our feet.
Oh no, and I think that's part of it, right? And then like my younger siblings, like after my dad became like a politician and my mom like got like a scheduled job, then they had a very different childhood. So like we react to things differently. And maybe it's just like we're different people, but I think also like we definitely had different like situations growing up.
For sure.
And because of that, like certain things that I'm good at and some things I'm bad at, but I like it. I'm stoked at like life, so it's like, oh, can't be mad.
Wait, your dad was a florist and then he became a politician?
Yeah.
That's not something that you think one would jump into right after being a florist, for sure.
So then it's a weird thing. So my family historically was in politics. Like his dad was the mayor, then his brothers were like councilmen, then he became a councilman, then he became a mayor, then whatever. So like historically my family has those things. And like who knows? Like there's some people who think like some things are genetic. But we generally have those same kind of like thoughts of like bigger thoughts, like, oh, what is society? So like if I'm making money, but my neighbor's poor, like how good is life really? Like, oh, shouldn't everybody be making money? Or like, shouldn't we help each other to do like these very like these community minded like thoughts seem to be more relevant in at least my dad. I mean, all my uncles like died before I was born, at least on his side, like, or when I was real young. So it's one of those things like it just seemed like a common thought, like bigger picture thinking in the sense of community versus individual thinking.
Huh.
So it just seems, and maybe it's genetic, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's a pattern I see. Right. So his thing was this. I don't remember when exactly it was. Is if you can make a difference, then shut up and make a difference. Don't like expect anybody else to do it. Like, so if I can have these thoughts and like I can plan to make this thing better and I don't see anybody else going for it that can, then I better go for it.
Huh.
That was his general premise on like stuff. And me and him are very different in a lot of ways, but then there's certain things we're very similar in.
So are you going to become a politician?
No.
Oh.
Because I believe this, right? I believe that government people are very shackled by like just public perception. So like if people start to hate the decisions they make, even if the decisions they make are good, or they can't get the support, or it's too, it's like the bureaucracy of things is just too much to overcome, then good things don't happen. Government is slow, yeah. They can only move so fast. So realistically, for politics is they can't really get stuff done based on the system that's in place, right? So if I want to do something, it's 2 to 3 years out if I start now, and that means I got to get reelected, and then I have to get my constituents on board with my idea, which might conflict with them. So then it becomes this like, politics is good for stopping things, not great for doing things. They're good road blockers, right? Like, oh, there's bad things coming through, let's block it. They have a lot of power in that. But as far as like proactive like things,
Change.
it's hard. Like there's a lot of people, and it's not like a bad thing per se, right? Because it's like I said, it's good at stopping bad things if they want. But it's hard to do like put forth a lot of like really solid things and get everybody on board. Because no matter how positive something is, you're gonna find a lot of people who don't want it to happen. And that's what I've seen. And I'm like, well, frick that. Like if I want to make a positive difference, let me make a shit ton of money. If I can put it into some nonprofit or to a group of people who are going to do something or invest in a way that will stuff. We talk about, I mean, me and Xavier talk about this all the time. Like, how do we change like cost of living issues in Hawaii? How do we change the ability for people to make money? Like, my thing is cost of living is not going down.
No.
It never will. So like, stop thinking it will. It's a waste of your time.
No, 100%.
So what is the other option? Increasing the wage of people who live in Hawaii, but you're going to have to increase it past a per hour like thing. You can't work with whatever you make per hour is not enough. So you need to create investment opportunities for people that can create them passive that kind of run along with their actual hourly wage that could hopefully put it forth and put them above that number so they can buy a house, so they can build equity, leverage that. We'll just kind of take basic business and finance principles and work together as a community and leverage those things. Because together there's a lot of power, right? If you bring a lot of people together, you can bring a large sum of money together and make good things happen. You can buy a big piece of land, build multiple houses. And they do it some stuff with like Habitat for Humanity, with like different other good projects. It's just they need more projects. They need more management. There needs to be more scale, right? There needs to be more money. Like we can't, like the government's great, but basically the way it works is like, let me go and ask this other bigger branch of government for money, or let's take these taxes and either we got to ask the guys who literally don't have enough money to buy the thing for more money so we can do more things. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like taking out of one pocket and putting in the other. Like they need to bring money in from a different pocket, like from a different person.
Yeah, from a different source.
Right? So that's why government, I think, is a hard one. You need to partner with government. You need to work with them, but the private sector has to step up, and even individuals of a community have to step up to make real change, right? And it's the same premise that my dad had of like, if you can make change, and then work with other people to make that change. And then not everybody's going to want it, so you only offer it to people who want to take the opportunity. And then because there's going to be people who want stuff for free and don't want to put in effort, but that's not how the world works.
No.
Like energy and resource, like it's not infinite, right? Like it comes from somewhere and goes to somewhere else. If we pay welfare, it comes from another person's pocket and goes into there. You know, and the goal is taking it from somebody who has enough and help somebody who doesn't. But that's not always how it works. It's someone who has enough and then some able-bodied person is going to take it and use it as a crutch. Yeah. You know? So, and like there's just so many different unique situations where for sure there's some people who need it and they should get it.
And then there's some people
and said people are taking advantage.
Yeah.
And like go to work. But if they're disincentivized, like I know guys who make way more money by working the system than working a job. So like as a business person, I'm like, I can't in good like faith tell you like that's a bad idea. The numbers just don't make sense.
No,
Right?
for
Like
sure.
I'm gonna tell you that your kid's gonna get less because you go to work. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, it's not
Yeah.
even for them personally. I'm like, well, I get it, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
and it's a complicated thing, and the system is complicated. It's not like this clear cut, like who's right, who's wrong, villain, hero, whatever. That's all like simplicity. That's not how life works.
No, 100%.
Right? So like for us to fix problems, we need to like come up with unique things. I mean, here, we'll go over one idea we've talked about. What if you had a co-op hotel, right? We just came from the one.
Yeah.
So what if you crowdsourced enough money from locals only and create a set of rules? Like you can only use this money that you make from this to pay rent, blah, 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 whatever. Or you can sell it. So what you do is you crowdfund and say everybody owns whatever shares. You treat it like a business of this business, and you get dividends every year, right? If we have hotels and let's say 50% of that money leaves instantly and goes back to the main corporation or the investors or the owners or whoever owns it, then that's 50% that leaves the pool instantly.
Yeah.
So what if we can take that 50% and keep it in the pool? Right? And now we can scale that to multiple things and just different things like that. Like part of our problem with like tourism and stuff is not necessarily that there's not enough money. It's that there's not enough capture of money, right? There's not enough capture, meaning the money flows through. People bring money here because of what Hawaii is, because of the place, the people, the food, the weather, whatever. And they pay it in, and instantly this percentage leaves. So all this stuff, the reason why they came, never benefit from it. Like I'm a proponent to pay more taxes, like in a sense of like, okay, so if I use the road more, let me pay more. I'm pro like toll bridge. Like I've seen it work in like Houston and places like that where it keeps things really well, right? And so if I drive more, I pay more.
Yeah.
Period. Like super simple, right?
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and if this person stays like in a 3-mile range of their house, then they're not using the infrastructure.
They don't
Why
have
they're
to
gonna
pay
pay more.
less. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Right. So like my thing is like you're just responsible for your
Usage.
yeah, and in every various part of your life, and then how do we come together, scale together, and use that scale to get tax breaks, not tax breaks, but cost breaks, right? Like so we do this. So there's ways of doing it. I think it's like big and like little bit. I mean, it's just very big,
Oh,
and nobody's done it, right?
Yeah.
But I'm
At least
never
not in Hawaii. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm never scared just because nobody's done it. Like that's not something that makes me scared. I'm like, oh no, financially it makes sense,
Yeah.
and there could be a lot of people who benefit from it. And this is not like an excuse. Like this is people still got to work, people still got to like put effort into the whole, and then because of that, they can go off and everybody in the community does better.
For sure.
Like they're like freeloading doesn't work.
No.
Like that's just something that doesn't. Like I have friends from the Netherlands. Socialism has a price to it.
Yeah.
You know? Like everybody wants free healthcare, free this, but they also don't want to pay 50-60% tax.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it comes with that. Like you got to pick, do I want 50% tax? You know, or do I want to create a system that's better?
I definitely agree with you. I think a system that does better, like freeloading, definitely doesn't work. I mean, yeah, definitely not. I mean, like personally, I don't want to pay more taxes. I don't want to share everything that I have with people that don't contribute to the growth or the betterment of something. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and
Right.
mind you, I think there's room for people with like the inability to do it. I just think there's a lot of And mind you, like I think when people don't contribute, there's a psychological thing that goes off in them that makes them more depressed, that makes them feel like they're not productive. And that leads into depression. I think with the pandemic, when a lot of people couldn't work, that pushed them just far enough off the edge where like they got bummed, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like there's so much more people who are literally are bummed, like are depressed, because there was a point where they just stopped being like, even subconsciously, like valuable, right? Like they're not contributing to like society doing good.
Yeah.
You know, and there's something to that. I think in yourself as a human, there's something to wanting to like have value, even on a subconscious level. And when you don't, you get depressed, and then that snowballs to the point, and then you don't feel like you can work, and then you like get stuck at home, and there's a whole, and then you start doing drugs because like these thoughts are getting like big in your head.
Yeah.
You know? So I mean, I think that was a hard thing that happened to society, and then definitely in Hawaii also.
For sure. For sure.
Know? And that caused that to go in that direction.
No, for sure.
You know, and now we're kind of at this spot where things are opening up, but we have to figure out how to like heal things, help people, like almost rehab them back into the workspace.
Yeah.
And give them these things and make them productive, not even for the sake of money, but for the sake of like healthiness.
Yeah, just to be like a contributing person to the community that you're in, that you're a part of. No, I agree. I mean, how do you do that? You know, like someone that's been, just for example, like someone that didn't work for 2 years, all of a sudden needs to come back and re-enter the workforce. Hard to do, especially when like as humans, we're such creatures of habit, you know? Definitely not. I mean, that's a piece, that's a challenge that I've never really thought was an issue. Wow. Thank you, Brian. Wow.
No, yeah. I mean, and the thing is, the more people you get on, the better, right? When people feel like they're, like everybody's like a unique puzzle piece, right? And when they feel like they're connected in that puzzle, like they're fitting in their slot, like it's so much more fulfilling. Even if it's hard work, even if it's tiring, even if that's why I think I feel good, is because I feel like I've figured out part of like where I fall in a puzzle piece. And that's like, oh, okay, I work a lot for sure, but I'm not bummed. I'm not angry. I'm not bitter. I'm like, okay, these are the things that I value and that I'm good at, and that I feel like my mind works well, and I put myself in that situation.
For sure, man.
You know, because everybody wants the easy, like cookie cutter answer, like people should do this, but everybody's different.
That's very true.
So you got to work through the process of figuring that out.
That's very true. That's very true. I mean, I guess that's one of the things that like propel our society forward, right? I mean, there's people that freeload, and then there's other people that don't, you know? Like, thank God that we were able to collaborate with other people that do stuff.
No,
right?
And the differences are good, right? Like, that's why it's good for me to talk to you, because we have different points of view.
Exactly.
Right? When we talk about business, you bring up things that I miss, my holes in my game, and hopefully I do the same vice versa.
For sure, yeah.
You know, and we're like, oh, I never thought about it like that. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And that stuff is how you strengthen things. You don't strengthen things by like, oh, I'm the shit, and like nobody can tell me anything because everything I think is so great.
Yeah, no.
Like that doesn't work. Any good entrepreneur who's been successful long term learns how to learns how to take things from people, learns how to take criticism. That's important.
No, 100%. Like, I think that's when I started growing as an entrepreneur. Like, okay, so I mean, just as a person, right? Like, when I was in high school, when I turned 16, I thought I knew everything, right? And then as I got older, as I learned more things, as I became more educated, I quickly realized that I didn't know shit. And right now, I still don't know shit.
Well, I think that's kind of like a tell of like maturity too, is when you just realize you don't really know that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I understand there's things I'm good at and that I've learned, but now you're like, oh wait, there's so much.
Yeah. Like the scope of knowledge, the scope of how complex the world is it's in like literally impossible to capture within one mind. Right? Really, really impossible. And like, yeah, fuck, you're right. I mean, like the more that I learn, the more that I know that I don't know. That makes sense. Like how do you learn more and then realize you're actually dumb?
Yeah.
Like fucking insane, right? So no, it's true. Like recently I've come to realize, like with these very constructive conversations, like you learn so much more than you could ever hope to learn on your own. Really, like sharing different perspectives, like it does plug the holes that I thought I knew, but really quickly realized that I didn't know.
And I think that's part of design, right? It's like everybody does need to work together.
Yeah.
Like there's just strengths. There's things I can't do. And I think you're good at that. You said that today when we were at like lunch. You're like, I know what I'm not good at.
Yeah.
That's super important.
No, 100%. Like there's one thing that I got from like this influencer that I follow, this guy named Gary V. Like like I don't like at this point, like at our age, like it's more cost effective to put in my effort into the things that I'm very good at than it is to go back and try to plug the holes that I'm like really bad at.
Yeah.
Because you like as entrepreneurs, right? We figure out the things that we're good at and we go 100%, and then the things that we're not good at that does not bring us joy, like we find people to collaborate with, people to do the things that we are not good at, that they enjoy, that brings them happiness.
That's pretty interesting, because we're being in the process of like building one team to create more content, or just like execute on the projects we want. I was telling Brand, like, it's cool to, I know what I enjoy with writing, entertaining, being in front of the camera and stuff like that, but to kind of link up with people who bring where other types of jobs, specifically like editing or something like that, brings them as much joy as me being on stage or in front of the camera. I had never really like seen that, but until recently, I know like Brand gets fired up about business and just like, new opportunities and stuff, but for me to be like handing stuff off to someone, like clips and stuff, and that same night they're like, hey, I finished the vlog. I'm like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
they're excited about the things that drain you.
Yeah.
Right. And like I never thought that it would be a possibility, but that's true. Like with time, with age, like, and then just talking to other people, everyone has different interests, different strengths, right? Like, yeah, like for me now, it's all about learning what they're good at, what recharges them, like why try to figure everything out yourself? It doesn't need to be.
Or why try to get someone to do something that they don't like do? When that's how, there's stuff that you gotta be done, that you gotta do and get done, but like long term, like why would you even want that? And like you said, spend the time placing them and teaching them if ultimately they don't want to be there.
Yeah, they don't want to be there. I mean, it like, yeah, business is just a big hodgepodge of collaboration, right? And trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. What is something that something that you can do for the long term that brings you both, that recharges your batteries, that you find enjoyable.
Yeah. Because, just that, like, I want to create content every day. I want to be vlogging every day and this and that, but
you don't want to be editing.
Yeah. Period. You know what I mean? Like, that's got to be done. And if you're stoked to receive these clips and bang them out, then that really is the only way that we're going to be producing good stuff consistently.
Yeah, exactly. You got to find those team players that really complement you. That really fills the weaknesses or the holes that you do not have, right? That you don't, that doesn't fulfill you. So I get it. I mean, like, this whole world is all about collaboration, and like,
they're there though. That's eye-opening for me. Like, oh, there's someone who feels purposeful and joyful when they're like organizing something. Like, as simple as that. Like, you have all this information, whether it's like putting on a calendar or like letting us know when the merch drop is, like, or putting things in place. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, there are people out there for everything, I guess, Yeah,
you just have to find them.
Yeah,
crazy. It's all about, like, team building, right? Getting to know the people that's around you, what drives them. I mean, which is why, it's another reason why, like, when I see other entrepreneurs with, like, 100 people, like, rosters, I'm like, how the F did you figure this shit out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how do you know? And yeah, it's incredible. Like, I mean, this is why business excites me. Like, I would probably never get into government either, because that shit just, it's over my head, bro.
No, I mean, I get frustrated in like corporate meetings.
Yeah.
Because like the simple answer is there and everybody wants to do this like fluffy dance, not trying to piss off whoever's the highest up. And I can't handle it because I'm like, just tell them what they need to hear. Let's get this done. Let's figure this out, and let's attack another problem because we're done with this.
Yeah.
Like, that's always my mindset. But when I'm in like a corporate meeting, everybody has to stand up. They have to say something because they got to make sure their voice is heard to make sure they get like
some kind of
like
recognition.
Yeah, like I talked that meeting, so I get points, even though they said nothing.
Yeah,
they just
nothing
regurgitated like the question in a different way and give you no answer, and then you come off and like I'm like, we did nothing here. We just spent 2 hours and we resolved zero.
Yeah.
The whole point of this meeting was to fix, like improve, but instead we turned it into like a weird, like political, like popularity contest within this like management team. And that's why I can't work at like hotels and big companies, because it's never about what to make things better. It's about like, how am I viewed by the person who's going to give me a promotion?
True. Well, I mean, I can't work at a big place because, you know, like no degree. Like, who would hire like a college dropout, you know, right?
Same.
Like, come on. Right? Exactly.
Yeah. I have custodian under my belt.
That's your resume.
That is my, that's my
It's
resume.
like, how's this guy 2016 to this?
Yep.
What was your last job where you got paid? Oh, custodian.
3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was a background extra Jungle Cruise. You know what I mean? They're like, oh shit, I love Dwayne Johnson. You got the job. Like, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'd rather spend my time figuring stuff out over here. There's a lot to figure out.
Yeah, no, and that's why I like this thing we started, this like Howsdis Media, because I think there's a lot of problems.
Bruh.
We can use this business as a tool to solve.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
platform for
yeah.
sure. I mean, this is super cool. I mean, you guys literally built a mezzanine in like 1 month by hand, by yourselves.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's a speakeasy.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
mean-
door. You never know.
Nah. we go.
Nah, only pipes on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming.
No, thank you
Yeah.
for having me. I mean, this
Yeah.
is super cool.
Like, it
to be
turned into,
honest.
like I told you, right? It turns into a good conversation once you get like into it.
Yeah, and it just like leads into another topic. I mean, this is super cool. Like, I thought I was gonna get like a script, some stuff to prepare for. No.
No, bro. What's happening, like good or bad, the things you got to figure out, the stuff you're trying to do is way more interesting than anything that we could have. Well, at least that I could have scripted, and I write for it.
We can give you something cookie cutter to say, but like, what's the point?
Yeah.
That's very true.
Like, we just want like real people, how they deal with their real life, and we usually invite people who have overcome some shit or are trying to do something because they have some interesting stuff to say.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, we don't pick anybody based on popularity. We don't pick anybody based on even who we know. We just like, oh, that person did this. That's kind of interesting. Oh, it sounds like they did that. And like, I've talked to him a few times. Like, he has some pretty good points of view.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk, you know?
Yeah.
Let's dig deeper, right? Because we get into this and like, even at a restaurant, right? Food's coming up. This is happening. You get a little bit more distraction. In here, it's just like tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Let's just talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is quite the experience for sure. I definitely was not expecting this.
Right on, guy. Well, I hope it was a
hope it was
cherry.
a good
good experience. You know what I mean?
Shit, I'd do it again. Let me tell you, man. Sign me up.
You guys heard that live and direct because you will be here again. No, seriously, like all of the guests that we've been that we've talked to so far, I think that's the biggest thing too. Is like we're talking to people that we genuinely find interest in, whether it's what they're interested in or whatever the stuff that they're doing. So in about 2-3 months, like, we want to talk stories, see what's happening, see how much more shelves you're on, what kind of snacks we're doing, how we're collaborating. You know what I mean?
Or maybe you like quit and open a nightclub. Who knows?
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
That's true. Life really just like throws some shit at you. So actually, guys, like I actually sold my distribution business in like back in 2021.
Yeah.
And then 6 months later I bought it back, and then like now we've just grown so much. So yeah, you're right. You know, like you have no idea where life will take you.
We're gonna open up a bar called Nightclub, and that you're gonna have just snacks wide. You know what I mean? For those,
all over the world.
They're gonna need it. They're gonna
all
need
over
it.
the world. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's gonna be like I mean, you think like peanuts is good beer food, fish chips. fish chips. Like, let me tell you, like fish skin
The
chips.
puffy one.
It's not even fish and
Oh.
chips. Yeah, it's just straight fish
Fish
chips.
chips.
Oh,
Like
just
fish skin
anchovies.
chips.
Oh, fish skin chips.
Yeah, fish skin. Okay, no. So like salted egg yolk fish skin chips. Like it's the next level of beer food.
Salted egg yolk fish chips.
Yeah. Let me tell
Okay.
you, man, it's super keto friendly.
Okay. Oh,
And
you just
like-
went into a pitch for our
Yeah,
outro.
super,
All right.
super keto friendly.
Where can someone get that?
Oh,
On which shelves?
Aloha Island Mini Mart.
Okay.
I mean, nah, it's honestly next level. So we'll try them. We'll try them like off air.
Okay.
And then if you like them, then we put them on air.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right on, brother Eric. Hey, thank you again for coming on the pod, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, Samuel, Ben, let me know in a few months. I mean, I'll come back on and we.
Yeah, it depends if you
story.
like these fish chips or not, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, trust me, dude. This shit will change your life. Yeah, man.
Right on, guys. Please give a round of applause for brother Eric. Thank you guys so much for joining us on another episode of Howsdis. Do not forget to like, share, comment. If you're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and yeah, guys, catch us on the next episode of Howsdis.
Yeah, you guys have like outro music. Holy
We had to
shit.
do that.
That's pretty good. To be honest, it's pretty fucking good.